I've almost been hit twice making a right turn. I've given up on lefts and I'm making rights, but somebody's made a left right into me twice in 2 weeks.
Last year, me and my mom made the idea of making a petition to see how many people cared about getting a light on 64th, because it's very dangerous to cross and so many kids cross it to get to school every day.
Well, I'm monitoring what the situation is for pedestrians crossing. My main concern is kids getting to school because my daughter comes this way and was almost involved in an accident on September 23rd. So after that I started to come just to watch the traffic situation, see what's happening, and count the number of students crossing. I've spoken with people who've stopped while I'm sitting here who have kids that have already graduated that have indicated they were scared every day when their child left for school and that they had phoned City Hall. So I know there's lots of undocumented concerns expressed prior to 2007.
I started my research on this as soon as I moved in. I moved in here in October 2006. I started, after witnessing many children almost get hit, I started my letter writing to the City of Surrey, February 2007. At that time, I didn't get much of a response. I continued on, and I went full force that summer and tried to write to Kevin Falcon, but it was people just guiding me somewhere else. I call it spinning your wheels in the sand.
One of the parents that I've been in touch with, Alan, has letters dated in 2007, January. Another parent did a lot of work with the city, and the city came out and was responsive as far as looking at the situation. And their solution to date has been to put no left turn restrictions for people turning onto 180th. From what I understand, it's because of rear-enders which they believe were caused by people turning left and visibility being restricted coming over the hill. My concern is my daughter's accident involved someone who had stopped for her to cross, and another vehicle come over the hill and did not stop, push that one into the intersection, near missing my daughter.
On 64th, the major problem is that there is this hill. The hill from the city, we were told, is 12% grade, and that is too dangerous to put anything at the bottom, at the crest of the hill. That is why we were told it didn't warrant for a light or for any crossing. However, there's lots can be done. I've talked to the traffic committee, and they also said you could put a flashing warning light at the top of the hill, and that would allow people enough time to get down, to stop.
The cars usually don't really stop, like they don't really care. It can take 10 to like 15 minutes just to wait to cross.
We were told it's not safe for a crossing guard to be there. And we felt as parents that if this isn't safe for a crossing guard to be there, then it is 100% not safe for our children to cross there.
I was walking to school with my homestay, and we were walking, and there was a car, a white van, and it happened right on 64th where people crossed to get to Lord Keithmere Secondary, and it hit a car going down, turning left, and that's where everyone walks to school. And it happened right in front of us. A week later, or maybe a few days later, when I was walking home from school, it was really rainy that day, and there was a white van, and then he had hit an elderly man.
I was told we need so many letters, you need so many kids crossing, and we've met all those criteria. As far as I'm concerned, there is more. We needed 20 through the BCAA Traffic Council Advisory. You need 20 children to be crossing within that hour to warrant a light or a crossing of some sort. And more than 20 kids crossed there. But when they did their survey, the city came out and did a survey. They did this survey at 7 in the morning where no children crossed. So their result was no children crossing. And they came back again after complaint and did this survey at 11 in the morning where no kids again.
Something needs to be done. There is talk of widening the road. We don't know the timeline, and I'm not prepared to wait for some kind of safety measures to be put in place.
Children need to walk. That is how they can cross to get to school. There is a light down at 177B. We were told the children could walk down there and cross safely, which is an option if there was a sidewalk. But there is no sidewalk on the north side of 64th. Because yes, it's 10 minutes extra out of the child's way, and not many children I know will take the extra 10 minutes. It's not safe because they're walking with traffic with no sidewalk on that north side of 64th.
There's also issues with the curbs and the corners here when people are turning right onto 180th off of 64th. They travel into the area where a pedestrian would be standing to cross. So that curbing has to be addressed there. We're getting a petition signed. I know last year 91 people signed a petition, and I'm pretty confident we're going to get a lot more than that this year. There are 145 students registered at Lord Tweedsmuir this year that live on this side of 64th Avenue, and they're getting to school somehow. Many parents I know won't allow their children to cross 64th, so they drive them, and this adds to the congestion around the school. Today was pretty good as far as traffic went. It was lighter than normal, and but on rainy days when more parents are driving their students, I've seen traffic back up from 180th onto 64th Avenue, which causes big problems as well.
Some areas getting roundabouts and lights on way less busier roads. 64th is actually almost considered a highway if you tallied up the cars. I have requested counters that go on the road, to be placed at this intersection just to prove how many cars pass through this intersection every day. We have money for bridges and roads, and that's part of transportation. And we develop programs to walk to school safely, right? We want our kids to get healthy and walk to school, but if they can't walk to school safely, and other schools they would, then we might want to look at that. Kevin Falcon gave the go-ahead, it was in the local paper, to spend $250,000 to pave the walkway. It's called Go Greener or something like that, under the hydro lines. If there's money for a walkway under hydro lines, no roads necessary, there should be money for a major road for kids to cross safely to get to school.
My concern is immediate, and I would like to see something done in the short term over and above their long-range plans. And I understand, the city is being fiscally responsible, but there is also a human responsibility here.
It all comes down to the engineering department has to make that final decision. And when we got the letter in February saying we didn't warrant for a light or anything, it was very disappointing.
It's not an option for a lot of these students, and a lot of parents wouldn't walk all the way up to 184th to cross, or all the way down to 177B to cross, when this 180th here is a direct line to the school.
What we would like is a safe plan for these children to cross the road. And it's not just the children. Many elder residents live here and cross the road to go to the local park or swimming. And so we need it to be a safe crossing. There's been too many close calls. In the report I got in February, ICBC's report was that there has been no fatalities, and so it doesn't warrant. And when I read that statement, or when I heard it's unsafe for a crossing guard, anger, I can't even begin to say how I felt, because that's just unexcusable. Let's not wait for that. Let's be proactive. Why wait for a fatality? Recently, we had a very close call. This girl was, I want to say, millimeters from being hit. Now, there has been injuries, car accidents, and several things like that, but that a student has not been injured yet. We are, touch wood, just extremely lucky. And it will happen in time. There's no question. That is why the urgent need, and that's why every letter has said immediate attention needed. It shouldn't matter if it's one parent or if it's 200 parents or if it's 100 parents. It should not matter. One life saved, to me, is worth it. And we should not be waiting. Immediate action, if there was a fatality, would happen tomorrow. And that's what we're trying to prevent.